A few people loaded in with Vietnam because you see it on the no weapons Vietnam _C. That was Gazog and someone else. And Hitaru from Ace was kicked off for just his Steam failed to verify. Oh well.
Vietnam is over. It never existed. Be quiet. It's now normal FNF.
What the heck is the kill zone?
The kill zone. It is the kill zone. You die immediately if you walk into the kill zone. It is immediate. Not in game. Real life.
Okay. So anyway, BLUFOR looks like they've got 2 cache sites in 2 custom areas. One appears to be some sort of castle. The other one may be some sort of a small fob. We see where GREENFOR's starting. Is that also a red fort? Yes, I see a red fort bubble there as well. All right, so they both start in that one area. And they're fighting against BLUFOR here. So Russians versus Americans on the eastern side of Sarani. This should be an interesting one. So we have just a bunch of things labeled here. I'll be curious to look at the layout of that northern AO and that castle as well. But this side of Sarani, it's just a lot of open mountains and various ranges. There is a little fob a little outside of the GREENFOR spawn. Also, OPFOR and GREENFOR spawn itself is on a ridge with some pretty hilly terrain. So I'll be curious to see where they put the chopper, probably on some sort of platform. But, it's a little bit of an awkward positioning, if I do say so myself. BLUFOR stuff is all on a shelf as well. If you notice on the immediate north of the BLUFOR AO, you've got some of the drop-off starting, but I've done an AO up here actually. It was a C-130 crash site, but there's a lot of room to come in from the west. No, the east, excuse me. But just so much drop-off room all around.
I like this first area. I know we need to move on to but wow, I like this castle area.
Yep, so here are the 2 objectives. I do like the custom castle, though. That's a pretty nice touch. But the thing about defending castles is it's really hard to get up to any position to really do any proper overwatch. So you have to find either defending the certain structure that you see on the southern side of the castle that lets you get on the rooftop. That's like the only area you can really defend from. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Mazz.
So, do you have any questions?
Break it down for us.
All right. So you have the U.S. Army Rangers on BLUFOR. They have the Mark 17 SCAR, or is it referred to as a SCAR if it's not made by FN?
Yeah, it's called SCAR H, the 7.62 by it's the NATO round one.
All right. So if you go to the leaders, I don't know how many of your viewers have seen the new loadouts since OPFOR, but if you go to the leaders for the
that was yesterday's event
teams, they have specific hats now. So on the battlefield, you can easily identify them.
All right.
The X-ray element also has 3 guys within them that have boonie hats, except Rangers is the only uniform currently that has a ghillie suit for the sniper.
Okay.
So you can see that if you go to it.
Why didn't I get a ghillie suit?
Well, you can if you go Rangers next time. Duh. Pretty much is your standard loadout though for FNF minus the Mark 17s, except I believe I gave all the M16s and M4s Ranger puller mags, which are a little different than Stanek, but they act pretty much the same.
Question.
Sure.
Is there only 1 suppressed shooter now in the X-ray group?
No, there should be 2.
I see the second one, okay. Because in OFCRA, I only would see 1 on either side, so...
Yeah, so apparently...
And the dependent can see BLUFOR.
Yeah,
nice.
It's just a glitch from last Vietnam. Anyway, so the AS Val for the
thanks for a 3-month resub.
Over to them.
Hope you keep enjoying the operations.
If
anyone nice kick out of this scenario.
Game, VO, you'll know that the AS Val was recently added. I plan on doing something similar for BLUFOR. Because currently we have the vanilla Mark 14, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
That will be replaced, and so will the MP7 most likely.
Hey, that Mark 14 slaps.
It does, which is why it kind of needs replaced, because it's vanilla. It's not RHS like everything else we have. The only vanilla stuff you will see will be in, I will say January, mid-January. I will add the AF and I believe NATO. I don't think I'm going to add CSAT because the uniform would have to be rescripted.
Yeah, because the uniform is where the body armor is for CSAT forces.
Or I could probably choose another uniform, but we'll see.
Mm.
Also, another update is 1980s content will be added in January as well.
All right.
Currently, we're looking for mods, possibly a DLC, global mobilization.
Is this public knowledge?
It's being made public knowledge right now.
Ooh.
Okay, and the non-admin has made something public knowledge.
Well,
I love this.
It's my stuff that I'm working on, but yes.
Get told, Dream. Get told.
I love man. I didn't do this FNF stuff, so if you want to believe Mazz for it, you can.
So that's the update I have for you.
All right.
And I wanted it to be public knowledge because it's pretty cool, and I think people will be very excited.
Well, thank you.
And then we'll have uniforms and stuff get updated every month post January, so that'll be something to look forward to as well. And finally, what was the other thing I wanted to say? I'm sure it'll come back to me. But do you have any questions currently about any of the uniforms or anything?
No, it looks good, man. Thanks for coming down and telling us.
Booga.
19
Yeah, no
months.
problem. If I think of what I was going to say, I'll come back and say it after the match.
All right. Well, good luck, Mazz. Have fun.
Thank you. See you guys.
Baby, come back.
All right. Dream, did you just see our core is declaring they're adding
Yeah,
3
he
minutes
is.
to safe start because of that little boogaloo, GREENFOR being able to say BLUFOR positions and vice versa.
Yes, I mean I'm in the staff chat,
So you
I
get to
can
see all of that.
Everything.
I know. But anyway, I'm going to focus on the attacking faction first. So we've got GREENFOR and OPFOR working together to take out 2 caches under BLUFOR control. GREENFOR is serving as OPFOR's X-ray recon team as well as an MI8 pilot's crew. So the MI8 is the gunboat version. It doesn't have any of the pylons, unfortunately, also known as an MI8 Heavy. But it has 3 PKTs covering pretty much all sides of the vehicle minus the direct front. So 3 people will be piloting that. That is going to be, if we look all the way down, Wheaton, Coolbreeze, and Fist, taking, I believe, from the 29th ID, taking that role. And then Lusode is going to be leading the X-Ray group from PLH. He's got Rolo, Fred, Killer, Mike, and Cossum with him. Mike and... I thought I saw a second suppressed shooter. I'm trying to see if I can find him. Nope. Mike is going to be rocking the AS Val, and Killer is going to be rocking the T5000 338 sniper.
Is the other.
Cossum? Oh, yeah,
I'm
I see the
enjoying
suppressed
this
gun right there.
I got a kick out of this one.
All right. Otherwise, the remainder of OPFOR have some pretty interesting vehicles. First off, we see the 2S25 returning, because in the previous round we saw this in on the Serrani mission. It actually did quite well. Had a few opportunities to get sniped. Yeah, it was a pretty funny meme weapon, let's be honest.
It was a meme weapon, but
definitely
it
a meme
did
weapon.
nothing
Yeah, that's
until
why
the
it was
last
funny.
3 minutes.
I think it's going to be more effective here because the AO, it's just going to take time for it to get into the AO itself. Plus, it's very predictable to see where it will go, because if it tries to go in the valley and then up the valley, it's not going to have a good
and that would be
time.
even more funny. I wonder if it could be. Do you think it could be lifted by the
No, that thing's way too freaking heavy.
Oh, okay.
No way.
Lift the BTRs, though.
Otherwise,
That'd be
yeah, with the BTRs, it could potentially lift them, but we'll just have to see.
BTR directly on one of the castles.
BTR 80 right in the castle. Whoop. But otherwise, our attacking faction are Russian-based forces, EMR Russians with 545-based AKs. We've got PKPs and RPKs. Looking for because I saw them yesterday's match, but I actually don't see any RPKs. It might just be all PKPs for this roster. Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay, wait. Oh no, don't worry. Me being dumb.
Okay, actually no. So on XAT, XAT, he does have an RPK on him. So we do see a mix of RPKs and PKPs with that regard. RPG 26s, RPG 32s for disposable, light AT, and MAT, respectively. And there's also a Command UAZ and Gaz to also drive with that are added to the transports. Breaking down the roster, we got Vagrant, one of the veteran commanders, leading the charge for OPFOR for this one. He's got no 2IC or company medic. He is soloing this in terms of the command level. Ash, Arcor, and Indigo are all already in this vehicle. I think they're going to be the vehicle crew for Alpha HQ. Alpha 1, Tackleberry, Rory, Eric, and Dusty Eyes also being under Alpha 1. Alpha 2 has members of 1RW mixed in with a few other players from WCR, as well as Norse and Koak filling in as solo players, also known as Centaur. We also have Bravo HQ being led by Stark, and 4IB is taking a large chunk in here, as well as a few Scandi Recon players, Iander, Nemesis, and the latest addition, Pertin. Charlie is going to be led by Gex, who has Zat with him, as well as some members of UTG. Blackbeard leading Delta with Oddball, Dog4, Morgan, Jack, and Inkney. And then we've got Despo, Tymek, Albin, Sayek, the group that were the turncoats in the OFCRA versus FNF match yesterday because they play in both communities. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Norris and Schultz are going to be under Gamma 1, taking the 2S25. All right. I always like to watch Norris because he's pretty good with his guns. So we'll see if he's able to turn the tide with that 2S25. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at the Americans. Dream, do you want to start us off with the Americans?
Yes.
Dante, thanks for the raid. Hope golf was fun.
Typical,
Ross, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub.
Am I getting that right?
Hope you keep enjoying the operations.
I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, nice kick out of this scenario. And Flabbit, thanks for the month resub as well. And yes, I do hope you get a kick out of this one.
All having different hats, and so the silence guys, so you can easily dissect them from the others. The biggest talking point probably being that the sniper now has a ghillie suit along with his long-range rifle, so we'll have to see how Greg does in that role. He's been given a lot of power, so let's hope he can make use of it. In terms of their weapons, it's the typical M4 variant, but we've also we have the scars in here. So it is the typical, or I guess you would say FNF vanilla American makeup.
Minus the scars. The scars aren't usually typical.
They aren't usually typical. So very, very similar to they have
right out, Dante.
The what are those Humvees? So the SOCOM Humvees.
The SOCOMs,
so
yeah.
Two of those. Two of those.
Two GMVs.
And then I think, is that it for their assets?
So the asset list was 2 GMV Humvees. Both of them are the 50 cal variant, so it's got a 50 mount and an M240 Bravo mount on the top, and then the secondary M240 on the rear. And then they had access to 3 static 50 cals themselves. So, you know, it's that. I don't know where those statics have been deployed to, but I'm sure we'll find them later in the scenario.
I can see one of them. They've already been placed in sort of like a just outside the front. If you look to the south, if you look to the east of
Right, Ross, I do appreciate it, man. Hope you get a kick out of this, man. Seriously,
that's
means a lot.
One that's just meant to sit there, but you know.
And if you ever want to play, there's the FNF command.
It's very
that'll link you to their Discord.
American style FNF, nothing. So I think the Russians are the ones who've had the most effect on them. So we'll have to see how the ghillie suit works, because this is I would say this is perfect terrain for a ghillie suit. I think I could make a lot of damage, and I know Greg can have his moments as a sniper. So I think he also has a lot of space to shine. Do you want me to do the roster?
I'll break down the roster unless you want to. All right. So we got Kiri commanding, who I would say not the... When I rate commanders, I don't rate it on a win-loss ratio. I just rate it on terms of experience based off of how often I see them commanding. Kiri, I would say, is in the tier right below the top tier where we see players like Vagrant and Pierce take the role all the time. Mazz as well is getting to that tier, especially since he already makes the missions a lot. But he's already said he's not going to command tonight because he had a hand in either making the missions or auditing the missions themselves. So Kiri, again, tier below. I would say Vagrant's the more experienced one, but Kiri has a pretty easy AO to defend here, so I think he's going to be able to mount a very good defense in his own right. Plus, he's got Patriot right under him, who does have that experience as well, who could easily have ideas bounced off of him in case they need to set up a different defensive line. But again, we'll break down the AO in a second. I'll explain why it's not that hard of an AO to defend in the first place. Shy is going to be leading X-Ray, Mountain under him, basically some AA players. Dingo has come back. He used to lead the EU branch. Not sure if he'll be back to leading the EU branch of FNF himself, because I don't know how the FNF politics actually work, but always great to see him back with the AA groups, as well as, you know, just back in FNF itself. Yeah, I know. Green Thumb and Olaf are taking suppressed Mark 18s, also known as the futuristic Mark 14 from Vanilla. And you said G-Legs was the sniper with the ghillie suit, so we'll see what position he tries to track to. Otherwise, Alpha 1 has a lot of names I do not recognize, except for Whiplash, and I think Misfit too. So the SOG Prairie Fire devs have come back for some modern FNF. All right. I like it. let's see how that continues on. I like that. I like it when people come into something, enjoy it, and then they come back even after the phase that involved them specifically is out with. That just shows they like the stuff that was going on, and they come back for some more. And I like it when people find new things that they then enjoy, and we see them continue to enjoy it, hopefully. Otherwise, we've got Raffer, Michael, Sergey, how do you say that? Sergey Cat?
Who?
Under Alpha 2.
Is that BLUFOR?
BLUFOR Alpha 2, third in line, Sergey Cat. I'm just going to say Sergey Cat.
Sergey Cat.
Sergey Cat, okay. And then Real Jamie, again, names I don't recognize, but hey, glad to have them. Reaper is going to be leading Bravo HQ from TSB, and he's got a big mix of players here. We got some more TSB players such as Kabaya and Sam. Lolo as well. Got some other names like Hotel Soap, Hiradu. Mazz also going to be in this group. Again, really important to have him on either side because he either, as I said earlier, made the mission or had a hand in auditing the mission, so he has that knowledge. And then we've got a big presence from Papega Pirate under Charlie HQ. Kane, your mom's best friend, also known as, oh, I thought it was Arma Jesus. No, it's not Arma Jesus, unless they're changing the name of the player from time to time.
Oh, God.
It might be Guy Fieri this time around. Actually, it was Guy Fieri missing last time, and he showed up. I don't know. But Legal Action and Arma Jesus also here, two really, really good players. We have Bant, also known as Not Bay, also known as T5 Bay, and Dooley also taking Delta 1, and Tully and Blom taking Gamma 1 as a dedicated vehicle crew. Now, in terms of the AOs, Dream, you want to take a crack at it first?
Yes, so the first AO, which was the first one we spawned at, it's where they're planting most of their forces, it seems like, but it also seems to be sort of like an even switch. I really like this AO. You've got a really nice outlook all over the valley. Obviously, you can have forces sneak up the valley, but once they push past that sort of the tree line, everything is visible to you. So attacking this first, I think, would be 100% a death trap. It is just a great position, and even if they come sustain an attack from the north, it will be a very, very nice defensive position. As I hear someone crash into the wall, I think they're actually funneling. So they're funneling some of their weak spots with some of their vehicles. Mm-hmm. They do have a lot of open, broken down walls, but it will probably.
I commentate every week for EUNNA.
So this is probably my favorite. Probably the best one, but I haven't had a good look. The most central one is their spawn point and just sort of a military bunker setup area. Mm-hmm. It's got nice views out each way, decent amount of cover. Not the greatest, not the worst. It's very sort of balanced, I guess, in terms of that. But then I think the last one is... Where is the last one? Is there only two?
There's only two.
Oh, there's only two. I thought I saw three. Well, I much prefer the one to the south, but both of them have their merits and both of them have their cons. So we'll have to see how Vagrant decides to plan around this. And I've seen Vagrant plan is similar in similar missions, and he's won them. So, well, it all depends on how he comes out with it.
Looks like the kill zone itself is just a bunch of cratered areas where a bunch of vehicles were destroyed. Quite interesting. But looking at the AOs itself, I agree with you. Especially the northern one, it's got a nice plateau on it. It could easily have a defensive line, but there's very little to no cover with the exception of the position itself as well as areas around it. Now, it looks like we have a cache for the castle, but the northern one actually has a vehicle. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, and they would know what it is at that point, but the vehicle itself could be sniped by the 2S25. I think OPFOR's plan itself needs to heavily rely on that 2S25. They need to get their X-ray team somewhere to overwatch the AO, somewhere that could be at point Monte Valor, for example. Potentially land the X-ray group somewhere in the valley on the southern side and have them walk in through the forested area where they'll be heavily concealed, and then they can try to get on a neighboring ridge to pick off the castle position itself. But OPFOR's main force needs to focus on taking control of two separate areas. The first being the plateau. Doesn't have to be anywhere near BLUFOR, it just needs to be in a position that the 2S25 could snipe that northern objective. And if you look at the plateau on an even point, there's actually a lot of positions to the east that OPFOR Vic can get on to snipe this artillery Vic and thus eliminating the objective. From there, you only need a small infantry squad to work with the 2S25 to cover it from any AT rushes that BLUFOR could send with a vehicle. But the rest of the infantry need to be focusing on either being ferried by the MI8 somewhere else or mounted up in vehicles in the BTRs and getting as close to the valley as they possibly can. This assault is going to be very, very costly, though, because either valley they choose, either the southern one or the northern one, you're going to have a very steep surface and slope to get the infantry up. It would be best then to have the BTR-80s on the adjacent ridgeline of either valley so they have the defilade of the guns to look up and cover the infantry as they move up, at the risk of putting them on the ridge to silhouette them, skyline them, if you will, because that's a major threat for AT. Yeah, go ahead.
Grab my pizza. Be right back.
Sorry, I'm getting way too deep in my meta tactics, my bad. So there's a lot of interesting choices here for OPFOR, but early on, BLUFOR with the SOCOM Vic, they could get an early snipe on this MI8. They need to remount it immediately, getting that 50 cal. They're missing their opportunity. As that MI8 looks for a landing zone, that Humvee could catch it in the open. It just got to get up the hill. These teams have no AT. Oh my gosh, no, it's deploying an infantry squad with a Mat Gunner, and it's Iander. That's unexpected. Now, do they hear the vehicle coming up? Where's Iander? Iander doesn't hear it. He's being ordered to get that gun out. There it is. Misses the point-blank shot. Purton gets hit, knocked over, and there's the AT hit. Wow. That is unfortunate that they chose that dismount point right there. Otherwise, they could have shot on it on its entryway in. Looks like Purton was just blue on blued by his own guys, unfortunately. And that was the only casualty trading for the dedicated vehicle crew. So really good job on OPFOR for doing that quick counter. Unfortunately, they just executed the wrong guy, but it was just, how do I break that down? BLUFOR dismounted because they were waiting in reserve, possibly to do an ambush. They instead saw the opportunity to hit that helicopter. What they should have done, though, is they shouldn't have come immediately steep on this ridge. If the helicopter's flying that low, it means it's probably going to be landing troops. So if you can't make it up that hill in time, you're basically going to expose yourself to some heavy fire. Now, they might have thought, hey, that's the GREENFOR MI8, which means more than likely they're transporting the GREENFOR group, which has no AT. So I understand that thought process, but unfortunately, it just didn't pay out for him this time.
So what happened?
MI8 drove above a SOCOM Humvee that was dismounted. The crew got back in, drove up a hill, tried to eliminate the Humvee, wasn't able to, and the AT guy that dismounted blew it up after it ran someone over on accident. But I think by then they were already knocked unconscious, so it wasn't a meant-to-be thing. Now the MI8 is flying around the southern objective, trying to bait out BLUFOR into making them think they're going to try to land back there. I've already seen 2 AT rockets miss. And I think the engine just got shot out. Yes, it did.
Is this for the
MI8.
Oof. Oh, there's nowhere to land here.
No, I think he'll be fine. He's going to land right on the ridge. The issue is now they're going to come under some heavy fire here. AT lands very close.
Yeah.
We do have a BLUFOR guy that was knocked unconscious. That was one of the AT guys as well. Don't know if that was stray fire or what.
Wheaton has the better idea here. He's run straight into the valley.
Yeah.
To be an easy place. Cool Breeze is now stuck behind that tree.
Fist was picked off, unfortunately. And we're having some more fire being heard on the north because the X-ray of BLUFOR is engaging with the X-ray of GREENFOR being used as a recon group. But OPFOR has a lot of neighboring forces on the ridge, and they're trying to assist. But they're already taking a few casualties here. But since it's a lot of cover here from that BLUFOR group, they'll be able to get up anyone that's down. We're having some blue on red on green here. And I don't think they've realized that they're friendly forces.
Mountain.
Yeah, he's trying to wave them off. Luso's like waving his hand. Trying to get him to hold fire. It looks like that actually worked. No, they're still firing again. He's still waving. Mike just went down.
Oh my god.
2 GREENFOR guys are down. Yeah.
I have something really interesting to tell you.
What?
You know, if they look at their map, they can see their friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even if they're on a different faction?
Well, no. Yeah, even if they're on a different faction.
Wow. Dang, they're still getting pelted by their own GLs here.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, down the ridge to the north, the actual bad guys are shooting at them.
Very good.
And now up the ridge they're going. We got some BLUFOR that have driven around. They're now taking control of the top of this ridge, and they're starting to lay fire down the valley. OPFOR's in a pretty bad spot here.
Wheaton and Corbry have managed to link back up. They could do some damage from down at that point.
OPFOR's now firing back. All right.
So Killer's down. Just, I think I've got wake up check or he just went down, but Lucid, they've actually popped blue smoke to try and just alert them that, hey, friendly's down here.
Now they're getting shot at by BLUFOR up on the ridge.
So Greg is currently
wow. He is, and he's been getting some good shots on this X-ray group through the smoke. So Luso's now trying to drag him down. See, but the real question is, should Legs be trying to engage that one team in the open, or should they be trying to engage the OPFOR force that's coming up? He just knocked someone else out.
Why was Fred sitting outside that vehicle? That is the worst decision he could have made.
Well, now he's won with the vehicle because the door's been closed on him. I wonder if Legs is going to hear this fire and adjust, or if he's going to keep bullying the recon team.
I think shooting the guys out in the open is going to be the best route for him right now. This recon team is useless to him. Someone's just gone flying.
I saw that. Yeah, his symbol went away.
It was desync.
Yeah, I feel like Legs is going to be in a bit of trouble here if this OPFOR force is able to continue to advance to his position.
He's also using a rock when he's got a perfectly functioning ghillie suit. But then again, grass is as I said yesterday, cringe on Arma.
Yeah, it just disappears after 100 meters out, so no sense in hiding in it. What I'm a little concerned about is Bravo HQ that was dropped off in the helicopter.
Look at Scandi Recon. If they look over with some binos right now, they'll be able to catch Greg out with his pants down.
It's not just Scandi, it's a few Scandi players mixed with 4IB.
So Fred, so the X-ray squad are actually escaping right now. Greg was only able to mortally wound them, but not kill them. But as Alpha HQ and Delta 1 start getting closer, maybe Greg will now start to reorientate. No, he's holding the same position.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble.
Move position, please move position.
Because his window to engage them with little fear of repercussion is gone.
So even so, I personally would have moved far away from that position after I got a couple shots off. It's useless to stay in that position when they know they're being put under fire. Obviously, Fred was a special, you know, but Fred's an idiot.
Okay, fuck.
Greg, now finally it's time to move, but now being engaged.
Yep, now I'm being engaged by Bravo.
This is exactly why you don't want to sit in one position for too long, especially on top of a mountaintop shooting down at people, because now he's going to have to push to the eastern side of this rock, start healing, and he's going to have Delta 1 pulled directly up above, up on him. This is Greg's final tail. He can't go anywhere. This is moving this far forward. I can see why he did it. He wants to get the first shots off. He wants to make them. He wants to you know, take those shots early, but it's so dangerous, especially on a cliff face. As a sniper, especially with what you have. If you're the marksman, I'd put you in a bit better, you know, terms here, because you have that ability to sort of go semi-automatic.
Now he's getting shot at from the northeast.
Yeah, but that sniper, this is it. They think they're firing crossbows, but no, they actually see him, and that is Greg done.
Dog4 getting the down there. Doesn't go for the kill, but with all that blood, I doubt Legs is gonna wake back up.
In this scenario, what I would have done is I would have pushed actually down the valley and mounted the other hill.
Yeah.
Obviously, Scan, you recon were there, but we obviously are in the sky and we can see that. But moving to a different valley while, or moving to a different peak while your squad shoots from another peak is such a good tactic, because they'll take cover in positions where you can perfectly shoot them. And it's also vital you shoot when other people are shooting. It keeps that sort of ability.
Hey, real quick, the 2S25's tracking the X-ray SOCOM Vic.
Uh-oh.
And they haven't realized it yet. ATGM round takes it out and kills everyone inside. Holy crap.
Shot. But yeah, as I was saying, you want to shoot when people are shooting, because it gives you that extra cover of fire.
So this is the issue. BLUFOR have now conceded a lot of this plateau for OPFOR to come up on. They got a good defensive line here, but there is room for OPFOR to flank, because BLUFOR doesn't have any sort of vanguard force to prevent a flanking attack. So if OPFOR plays their cards right and does this patiently, they could envelop the BLUFOR Charlie force, take them out, destroy the first objective, and then utilize their tank as a supporting element to practically bombard the castle and allow their infantry to go in with little to no opposition. I think BLUFOR's in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, I think BLUFOR have let too much info encroach on their position. They pulled back from their sector way too early.
They have way too much defense on the castle right now.
Charlie HQ are now going to have to fight against just a force that they're not going to be able to handle. Who is it at the moment? Who is this Charlie force? It is Pepega Pirates.
It is Pepega.
Pepega Pirates, but even then,
I mean, yesterday against OFCRA, they did their job. They helped FNF get that early number advantage, but it was a very Pyrrhic point because they still all died.
All right, I'm gonna run downstairs and get the up on it.
Right out.
2 seconds.
And now we're seeing the tank starting to move up to get into position. Who's the AT guy here? Roster. Who's all the way in the back line, but he only has an M72 Law. And there's 2 BTRs. So even if he lands the hit, the other BTR is still going to be in a supporting area. Well, we got Vince here with another M72. He's got it out. He's waiting. Great pick off there on Jack. Did anyone steal G-Legs' rifle? Yes, they did. I'm not surprised that they didn't take that, because wait, no, I'm not surprised that they did take it, because that's a really good weapon to have in this really big open environment. Just heard some long-range AT fired. They might have been going for the 2S25. It landed fairly close. No, there's no way they'd have an angle on it, so I think they just missed a BTR, which is bad because they're fighting 2 BTRs and they only had 2 launchers with a single shot each. But now look at this. We got Delta starting to come around. They're going to flank around, get some positions in this cover here, and start flanking. This M2 here by Platoon HQ, Carey's going to have to cover this on his own with that M2. He's got plenty of ammo with him. But Bravo, hold on, we got AT being fired from the rear. That knocks out your mom's best friend. Great shot by Iander there. Because who else would that freaking be? And they're going to continue on and start harassing the castle early on to prevent any reinforcements from the castle coming to the plateau.
What have I missed?
Iander hitting and knocking out your mom's best friend from like 700, 800 meters away. Second story AT shot in the window, yeah.
Yeah, rocket.
Now you got Alpha pushing up. Charlie has whiffed one of their AT shots. Now we've got Vince trying to get an angle on this BTR here as BLUFOR is now being heavily suppressed. But Delta's also coming around. You got Platoon HQ here. He was by an M2 bunker, but now he's moved away from it. And the 2S25 is now pushing up to also get into some sort of position to support the OPFOR push here.
I think Scandi Recon are coming back here with a vengeance.
Again, it's not Scandi though. There's only a few guys. It's with 4IB.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Oh, Scandi gone.
Yeah, there's only 3. It's Iander, Nemesis, and Purton today from Scandi.
Oh wow. Kerry actually has mounted. Oh, Kerry mounting the M2 alone.
Did he get a kill? Yep. I said he's probably gonna have to hold these guys off by himself, but he already killed one guy. Wounded another. Now you got some shooters from the BLUFOR building. They heard the shots. They're now turning to engage. But this is opening more and more holes in BLUFOR's line, as now we're seeing more OPFOR members charge.
I think this has just been a very, very good attack here by Vagrant.
And BLUFOR left too big of a hole, and OPFOR capitalized on it.
You have to take Pirates here attempting to make a pushback.
Yeah.
You actually have Roster here, who has 2 guys over this.
Yeah, I'm watching them right now. They're about to get Rochester on the back. And there he goes, tumbling down the hill, slip and slide style. Well, that's a big tumble.
Are mounting the best retreat they can at the moment, but...
You know, he nailed the landing for me. He broke his arm, but he looks pretty cool, yeah. Nice.
Look.
More red on red as Charlie engages Delta.
Look. All we're saying is that if you die, you got to at least stick the landing.
I agree. I love how we still have the 2 hotel pilots. They've been slowly moving up this valley. They might get a little bit of harassment in. What is the 2S25 doing? It's literally charging right in.
Where is it? Oh, what a Chad.
Where's Vince? Vince still has his AT, and the 2S25 is right in front of him. He's going to take it out. This 2S25 has just made an incredibly big blunder, and that could turn it around if it's taken out early. And there's the hit.
And that is it. Engine down.
If OPFOR can get it repaired, I cannot believe they just did that. They just threw their biggest asset.
Who was it? It was Norris.
Norris.
Norris thought he was it was a HMG again. Or MG again.
I mean, they're both unconscious in it. It hasn't blown up yet, so I assume it can be repaired, but what were they thinking? That is literally the crutch asset they need to attack the castle. That and the BTRs with that heavy support. If they don't have it, BLUFOR will easily be able to hold this castle.
Well, you know what their next best asset is?
What?
Hotel 1.
Yeah. So this means there's not going to be any long-range assets that can come. I just watched a freaking OPFOR guy dismount in front of a BLUFOR machine gunner. My God.
What a Chad.
And I have seen OPFOR's numbers slowly become thinned out as well. Papega's certainly doing their job tonight. I still cannot believe they threw that, but we got Alpha HQ on the 2S25. They pulled the bodies out. One of them at least. So hopefully they can get a medic over to get them fixed up so then they can get it repaired. But what the hell was that, in all honesty? This is round 1 EU.
They wanted to improve upon the last S5. So, you know.
All right, Alpha for OPFOR now pushing on the rear of this position. BLUFOR doing their best to hold. K just get picked off by the BTR.
This is an incredible encirclement by Redfall. They've done really well to just encircle and envelop him.
All while Bravo HQ is now harassing the castle so they can't send QRF. K gets picked off. You got legal action running out. He's trying to pick off who he can. As a horde of fires coming out from this position. Oh my gosh, Legal just tried to run up a satchel. Unfortunately, he was sprayed down by Pierce. Pierce stopped Legal from doing a suicide attack. Wow.
Jeez,
Papega getting desperate.
The Americans have changed their attitude.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm in a medical tent, you can't shoot me.
Yeah, Vince is doing his best to find angles to pick off infantry. He manages to find Stoutenberg.
Oh, but here comes Pierce.
Oh, sprayed down with headshots from the 7.62 of a Scar H.
This is at the same time.
Great hold for Vince here. I mean, he took the 2S25 out. He's trying to take out more. OPFOR, meanwhile, still fighting the ghosts that were back up to the north. Oh. Vince tried. Wasn't enough. Coda, yep, trying to gets the kill.
Saves his buddies in the barn. I think he did shoot Flux, though.
Papega, I mean, they're still at about little under half strength, but they're doing work here. They're slowing down OPFOR's assault, and we're at about the 25-minute mark. Half the time in the round's gone. Not enough to make it up. Yeah.
Look at the numbers. Redfall don't have enough.
You're right. Papega, yeah.
Down.
Papega's been doing a great job on this attack, but if OPFOR is able to get the 2S25 and the BTRs into fighting shape to take the castle out, I don't think it'll matter, because BLUFOR's defensive faction is going to lose too much. But also looking at Bravo HQ, they're whittled down as well. They had a full squad, now they're down to 5 dudes.
Well, they've actually only lost one guy, and it was Turk.
Ah, my bad then. Meanwhile, you got the GREENFOR hotel guys.
What guns are they using?
Actually harassing. That's hilarious.
Sweden firing out. They're actually getting close to taking out Bay there. I think the rock text just saved him.
Yeah. Dooley not realizing, though, that the rock he's firing down from is stopping his bullets.
They took out the tower on top.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there's a body up there.
Bandages.
When did that get blown up?
I think it was it could have been the S2S5, maybe?
No, it was knocked out before that. I have no idea what took that out.
Oh, it might have been Iander.
Could have been Iander with the rockets, but yeah, look at all the bandages that are down here. Ay, ay, ay. Meanwhile, Coda having his glorious last stand here just knocked out Eric. He's now flanking around.
Charlie HQ making a run for the hills.
He hears that BTR coming around. Ooh, did he just get spotted by Tackleberry?
Coda's picked a very nice position here. They might not think, because they previously held this position, there might be people here.
Meanwhile, Flux and Arma Jesus pulling back to the castle. I think Coda could get some really good licks in here.
With the two guys next to the damn Black Hawk.
They saw him move over here, though. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, nade goes
Oh,
in.
yeah. I don't think a nade would have been smart. They should have just kept watching that angle instead, because now they're giving away the fact that they know he's in here. So Coda's just going to hunker down at this point.
If they're going to move in, they need to move in together. Get another nade.
Yeah.
Way too far, though.
They're not accompanying for the bounce.
The Bravo HQ decided to push southwest down the hill. I've just realized the two hotel guys are, in fact, dead. Bravo HQ will be the ones to get this siege underway, unless you count the two hotel guys.
Just waiting for Coda to make a move. OPFOR can't advance till they destroy this objective, which I think they're setting charges on now. But in these remaining 21 minutes, OPFOR's vehicle positioning is going to be critical, as I just saw AT get launched on Delta's position.
Ooh.
Wow. But it looks like the 2S25 is not usable. They're abandoning it, and you got Shy crawling up to it.
What a man.
Coda's still laying in wait. Ooh, is Tackleberry going to try to clear this out on his own? That's a really bad idea to go solo. It's a risk.
But he is going in the direction that he's not looking.
He could get the jump on Coda. And with the sound of the BTRs driving, that might drown out his footsteps.
The thing is here, even if Tackle moves and dies, it'll be perfect for him.
Hold
Because
on.
then Coda will be exposed to everyone there. Coda wants everyone to just walk past him at this point.
Coda gets the drop. Immediately tries to pull back. Tackle spots him, but he spots Coda first. Sprays him down.
Someone, the guy in the back of the BTR hears the shots.
I think he saw him. Yeah, he gets out. Now he's looking back there like, what the hell was that?
Oh, Coda's first victim wakes back up.
I think he's shouting at the BTR to turn around. It dodges AT. Coda now under fire. What the f... Wow! Damn!
Coda in this one bush face has just been great. He's taken out 2 so far. Every kill he gets takes a name off the final assault.
And if he keeps going, he'll be in a really good shape here. Meanwhile, Bravo trying to assault the castle on their own.
Yeah, but Stark's not looking.
Ah, did the BTR just spray him down?
Stark spots Julie. Managed to take him out, but now he's exposed on this side. I don't think it was no. He has his M4.
Ander got spotted and taken out. And there's the double tap.
The remainder of the Vega Pirates. About to move round.
Stark, I don't know how. That gunner pulled his shots pretty damn hard there.
Yeah, it was Flux.
AT just destroyed one of the BTRs. Demo destroyed the objective. It just hasn't cooked off yet. Coda unconscious. There's the cook-off. Because that BTR turned around and sprayed him down. Stark getting a great kill there. Stark has just been on fire yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Just fought a 249 gunner head-on and won. Like, damn.
He went back up. Oh, and he's taken out by Nemesis. Where's Bay? Oh, Bane's dead. Oh.
So, BLUFOR has been doing a really great job of just skirmishing with OPFOR's main force and taking them out, but now OPFOR is showing the same resolve, attacking this castle and whittling down BLUFOR. Both showing some really great KDs, but I think it's still too early to call it for either side at this rate.
So we have had another death on the Bravo guys. It was Skipper. That was just Dryden, Stark, and Nemesis.
Righto, Real. That's why I like watching,
names.
man. You never know what's gonna happen.
Stark, obviously, I think his final kill count for round 1 was 10.
Yeah.
And while he didn't get that much in the second game, he did take out NASA,
Grenade! Grenade! I don't know how to throw grenades! Ah! That window is an invisible hitbox. That's why you can't throw grenades through it. We're seeing AT going back and forth along the castle, but the shots are missing. I think OPFOR is trying to get the people off of that gatehouse, for lack of a better term. BLUFOR is crawling up the remains of the tower as well, just trying to find good Overwatch positions.
Shy just got in the gun of the S2S5, but
Does
I think
it
his gun
work?
went down. Nah, it's down.
Nah.
Oh, imagine if it was still up.
I wouldn't imagine OPFOR repairing that Vic and then leaving it. That would have been...
You know, its engine might have been smashed and it might not have been able to repair it.
Norris is in hell right now, and Schultz dead next to the Vic. Round 1.
Oh dear, Norris is in hell.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
what you,
look at what OPFOR's trying to do. They're trying. So Stark took the 249. He's now up here throwing grenades overhead.
Imagine he takes up the objective.
Gets a grenade into the tower where 2 people are.
Imagine he. Oh no! Imagine
That one bounces out completely.
They know there's people on the outside now, and this is where the fall comes from. This objective. You can barely see.
Where did that
outside
one
the
go?
walls.
Yeah, so now they're blindly throwing grenades outside, but those are gonna bounce off the ridge. I'd imagine, though, if they get the third guy, Nemesis, over here, they could also use him as a stepping stone and be able
Nemesis
to...
is throwing his own smokes.
Yeah.
Before attempting to mortar with GLs. Oh, Red 4 have commandeered the static.
Yeah, the static that Carey was using.
Could be a huge powerful asset.
They're gonna use that to help suppress the guardhouse here.
Killer is still up with the sniper, and he's got a pretty nice line straight into
Yep,
the...
for GREENFOR.
Ooh.
The cards are kind of leaning on the offense right now. We just need to see them utilize them effectively, because if they fumble them like they did the 2S25, BLUFOR is going to be able to hold this one out. I can't tell if that was blue on blue or if he was trying to fire at someone on the outside right here. Dryden trying to come around. I think he just picked off someone else on the guardhouse. Yep. But unfortunately, Reaper's trying to push out here. Dryden plays dead with his handgun. And is Reaper gonna buy it? He goes for the double tap anyway.
No, he is not.
Good on Reaper. Love these long range. Did you see that guy get picked off in that opening?
Yep.
Damn. GREENFOR being fired at from the remains of the tower. There's still a dude up there.
Stark's trying to find any cheeky way to get him.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to find one, unfortunately. Nemesis is doing the same from the other side.
He's coming up to the opening, which is heavily smoked.
Not sure if we'll see any goat shenanigans today, but we will have DayZ late tonight with our audio sound bites. I'm a fresh spawn too, so anything's possible. All right, so we got some OPFOR guys. They're getting Vix and they're charging right in, thinking that OPFOR's not going to poke up with any AT. Tripwire flare just went off. Grenades are being thrown. That knocks out 2 OPFOR guys.
Oh god, here they come.
Oddball under machine gun fire. He runs into the guardhouse itself. There's a lot of grenades being thrown everywhere right now. Holy crap. Just they're completely smoking this so they can advance.
Jesus.
That is a lot of smoke. Holy crap. I think BLUFOR's in trouble here. OPFOR is going to hand at this rate.
Oh my god.
That is a lot of smoke. That's a lot of... Look at all those smoke grenades.
Friendly fire here.
Thermite grenade was just thrown, almost landing into a pile of OPFOR troops. They managed to climb up the wall and kill a BLUFOR defender. Explosive mine just went off.
You have Michael here just backed into a corner.
Oh my god. BLUFOR, Reaper just picked off someone through the small window. I just had a grenade get thrown across my screen. Oh my. Vagrant getting killed by Michael. BTR now suppressing. OPFOR and GREENFOR definitely have the number advantage here, but that could quickly turn. They're trying to suppress Lolo in the tower. He's got a Mazz. He's looking for vehicles to snipe. And meanwhile, in the back line, you got Delta HQ contending with the last survivor of X-Ray. They're just fighting all across the damn board. All hands on deck. Platoon HQ wakes back up. They execute Michael with the help of Nemesis. AT just flew over blindly. Lolo getting picked off by the BTR. GREENFOR and OPFOR coming around. They're still trying to find another way in. That's not the front.
Oh.
Dusty Eye's getting the kill on one guy. Now the cache is very, very close to being exposed. I think Dust just got another kill. Whoa! Did you just see that the snipe killer came up and executed the guys in the bunker with his handgun?
What a chat.
How he was able to get away with that, I don't know. But now you got the one guy on the cache itself that's mobile with the SCAR trying to cover that one entryway. He pops a grenade over. That's going to kill his buddy in the bunker. As a smoke grenade now goes in. Multiple smoke grenades going in. OPFOR's prepping for another smoke charge. Look at all the fire going out to that single X-ray guy from across the ridge, and that takes him out as Delta's two remaining guys continue to try to push away because those BTRs are still supporting.
How the fuck did that BTR see shy?
Meanwhile, Simon covering the guardhouse roof as an OPFOR guy tries to push up with an RPK. He's taken out. Another guy's pushing up. Let's see if Simon can continue to hold. Simon didn't have a magazine loaded and manages to get it reloaded and knocks the guy off the guardhouse. Now he's being fired at. OPFOR continuing to push into the inner area here. Now you got Dust, he's gonna push up to this bunker area. They don't know that the cache is specifically in here, but they're about to if Dust calls it out on net. He's trying to push in. He catches Operator, and there he is. Cache is now exposed. OPFOR just have to destroy it. Simon is bandaging himself. He's a medic. He could still overwatch that area. The guys in the inner area here are still being suppressed. Andre's trying to look out this small window to see if there's anyone else he can pick off. Might see the people at the entryway when the smoke clears. But I think OPFOR, I wouldn't have thought of a smoke charge, but it worked out in their favor at the end. Simon, great overwatch here. And it's over. As Norris comes up with that 45-round RPK.
Oh, I thought he was using his pistol again. Killer gets another kill. Oh, down. No, he did get the kill.
Andre gets a kill. And yeah, Killer gets that kill with the 7.62. Yeah, he got Killer, but there was another shooter. That was Josh who took him out.
Oh god, Sisma.
Sismo with the 240 Bravo. It's a really cheeky corner, but it's not where the cash is. He's the last guy up. Andre just failed his wake-up check. At this rate, OPFOR is going to win by elimination rather than actually blowing up the cash, because I think the cash is back behind this command striker. Oh, he killed. Look at the cache itself. He killed someone, and their body's in the cache now. Got a second kill. Yeah, 240 Bravo. So he's able to overwatch the cache from this angle, as well as cover the only way into this building from here. That is amazing placement by Sismo here. I just noticed, Sismo, it says he has a kill on him. That's weird. Kill feeds are broken. He's gotten 2 kills. He's the last BLUFOR guy alive. He's gotten 2 kills, but it says he only has 1. But I know kill feed's probably still broken. So he's keeping this smoked so he can hear people coming and spray them down to 240 Bravo. Oh, another guy taken out, but he gets spotted and taken out as Dusty's pushes in. That is BLUFOR eliminated, other than Andre slowly bleeding out. There it is.
Or just they all slowly realize they've won.
Tough round. Again, I think BLUFOR not capitalizing on the plateau, relying too much on Pepega to be the one-all answer. Wasn't the best idea. Granted, OPFOR made a massive mistake by blindly charging the 2S25, especially after it took out a GMV and was doing great overwatch from the rear. Why they then charged it forward, I will not know, but BLUFOR just folded by having way too many defenders in the castle itself and not having enough tactical positioning to flank the upcoming OPFOR push from the plateau. And that's what got him.
Man, good first game.
That was a good first game.